there, YouTube? This is Lucas Siegel. Today we'll be talking about trailer release dates and kind of like past couple years, big blockbusters, what's been going on there. Forefront of this, like the most important thing that I think there is, well, the reason I'm doing this video is Han Solo. That movie has not gotten a trailer yet, and it's about 4 months away. Comes out May 25th, and it's January 23rd. So we might get a trailer attached to Maze Runner. That's what I've been hearing. Some people are saying Super Bowl maybe. Um, and it it looks like something kind of happened the way. Well, I know there was a director shakeup over there. Like, you've had a lot of directors be fired from Star Wars and that have left recently. Um, you know, I can't remember. Well, the people that did the Lego movie, I believe they were working on Han Solo, and it was a very comedic approach and kind of a lot of stand-in because I guess the script didn't have what they wanted, so they were improvising a lot, and the Disney execs got scared, and so they let them go, the pair, and they brought in Ron Howard, and he's like their stable guy basically, so he had to do a bunch of reshoots, and they had to restructure the whole movie. But they've kept the release date at May 25th, even though at this point it's a lost cause. Not a lot of people really wanted a Han Solo movie. That was like one of the biggest things. It's coming off the heels of The Last Jedi, which was highly controversial within the fan community, but to me, everyone just like completely took The Last Jedi the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's a great movie. It did great things, and it moved the Star Wars franchise forward instead of redoing the same thing over and over. So I thought that was good. Anyway, um, there really wasn't. Yeah, we have. There really wasn't a lot of preparedness for this Han Solo movie. There were a couple pictures, I think, on Ron Howard's Twitter because he likes to do that. But overall, you look at other movies. Um, you know, they've had. Let's see, The Force Awakens trailer came out a year earlier than, like, a year before the movie. The Last Jedi was only 6 months. The Avengers, the first one, was 7 months, and the second one was only, oh no, it was 7 months as well. Both, and then Infinity War has been 6 months, and Spider-Man: Homecoming was 6 months, and so yeah, like 6 months is pretty average, I would say, between like recent movies that were by Disney that were really big, you know. Um, Usually you would get like 9 months before, or sometimes like 8 months, you'd get a little teaser and some images of the cast. Like, we haven't seen Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, or Eldridge. I don't really know how to say his last name, and I'm not looking at it right now, but um, you know, if there's no trailer at the Super Bowl, then it's definitely a mess. Um, the whole movie is just gonna be trash at that point. I mean, if you can't get a trailer out, that means your production isn't almost wrapped. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just putting the finishing touches on it. The movie isn't ready yet, and they have 4 months before prime time to finish it up. I mean, a teaser doesn't even require a lot of CG. You could just have Han Solo running through, a tunnel, or hopping in the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon doesn't even have to take off. Have him like meeting Chewie, and then you see Lando in the shot. and then it's narrated by someone, and it's like a 30-second teaser. That's probably what's going to happen for the Super Bowl. We're not going to get like a minute and a half. I think it's going to be quick. But I'm just surprised that they weren't going to attach it to any other like Disney movies. Like if you attach it to The Last Jedi, I get that you'd be like taking away some of the hype from The Last Jedi, and they didn't want to do that. But you have a huge release of a main Star Wars, movie, and you don't attach a movie to it. Like that's kind of interesting. But anyway, could be attached to Maze Runner. That's definitely a possibility. Could be attached to Super Bowl, or we could just never get a trailer, and they might bump this back to December. I don't know. But looking ahead, I'm really looking forward to Venom. That comes out in October, so that's roughly 9 months away. And I'm looking forward to Deadpool 2, which got pushed up on its release date, and the Bumblebee movie in December, which I'd expect around the summer blockbusters to get a preview of that. I know there's been some Bumblebee toys, from what I heard, that show him their new design. Let me see if we have some news. Yeah, there you go. Oh, really? They must have had to take it down. That sucks. Oh, man. Well, you can see it. I'm going to zoom in on this because they must have taken down the post. I know this is really bad resolution, but you can see the beetle and kind of Bumblebee there. I know someone published it on Instagram because that stuff doesn't really get taken down as much as... ooh, this one might have it. No, that's the old one. Should we go to Instagram? I feel like if I look up the Bumblebee movie that it'll have... this is my favorite babe on Instagram. Bumblebee movie. I'm pretty sure this is just a fan account. But I know this is the logo they're going with there. That like Bumblebee stinger kind of look. I think this is just a fan edit. Interesting. Okay. Well, this lady here's attached to it. That's going to be really cool to see. Could have sworn. Can you not look up hashtags? Oh, you can. I really want to see one of these pictures because the toy, they leaked it from, there you go. Okay. So he looks really small there. I know the beetle is, probably a lot smaller, but the face is kind of like his eyes are weird. He looks like a pit bull. His antennas are kind of like Bumblebee ears, and this is probably like a younger version of him. So people say it looks like garbage. It's definitely not the official look just yet, but I think it's safe to say that considering this logo here, that's the same head and that was back in November. That's the same head that we're kind of seeing here, although this one doesn't look as good. So I'm going to give that a like. So that's been going around today. I guess his picture was at the Toy Fair. There's some more leaked pictures from the set. I'm really excited for this movie because I feel like the Transformers movie, they became a lot about like explosions, not so much the plot. I didn't like The Last Night at all, but I really enjoyed 1 through 3. And 4 was pretty good. I will say 4 was like the one that was okay. 1 through 3 I adored because I remember, I'm 18 now, so when the first Transformers movie came out, I was maybe 7 or 8, and seeing that, it absolutely blew my mind. And Michael Bay is a good director. You know what I mean? He's good with delivering for these summer blockbusters. So this is going to be the first Transformers movie without him. I have hope that the writers will kind of like simplify. Because the thing that really bothered me about the last night, they were completely out of line. They were trying. All these writers were trying to like put Transformers in history, and it didn't make any sense because the premise of the first movie was that they had just come to Earth, that there weren't really any of them there, you know. And then the second movie, they bring in the Fallen, and there's all these Transformers that have been hiding in plain sight throughout history. They kind of like hint at that, but the last night took it completely out of bounds. I also hated the fact that we didn't get a Bumblebee versus Barricade matchup, and that the chase scene in the last night was cop cars versus regular cars. There were no Transformers, and I think it's completely ridiculous to get a regular car chase scene out of any other movie in a Transformers movie. Like when you have the Transformers, use them. The whole premise in the beginning, Merlin, um, that was kind of stupid. The Cybertronian Knight, I thought we were actually going to get uh, them interacting. You had Optimus Prime that was barely evil. Um, Final battle was laughable. It's and Anthony Hopkins' character I really wanted to love, but he was just completely ridiculous, completely out of left field. But anyway, I'm ranting over something that this video isn't about. But I am a passionate Transformers fan. Anyway, back to Solo. We don't know what we're gonna get at this point. It's completely, up in the air. I'm hoping we get a trailer soon. I really am, because they're pitching it as this space heist movie, which that was kind of what um, I feel. I feel like that's what Rogue One was kind of going for, even though Rogue One was originally supposed to be a gritty war movie. Eventually, it just became about stealing the plans. But yeah, they might do anything with Han Solo. Like, we don't really know what we're gonna see. I don't know if they'll do the character justice. Again, appearances don't really matter. Like, you don't have to get someone that looks like Harrison Ford, but you need to get someone who acts the same way, has the same like values as Han Solo, the same look at the universe and stuff like that, and the same one-liners and everything. And um, it's gonna be really nice to see Han Solo back, and especially them being able to do another movie. But I feel like we're focusing way too much on the OT. We're focusing way too much on the original trilogy. Move on, Disney. The original trilogy was great, but you just keep trying to capture that, right? And telling the in between episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and episode 4, A New Hope, telling that in between is starting to get old. I really wish you guys would move on to the in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. I think that would be a lot more cooler. We haven't seen anything about, that era. Like Rebels, the TV show, that takes a place in between 3 and 4. Um, I'm hoping the next TV show we get, because Rebels is canceled, and I'm looking forward to the finale. I really want to know what happens to all the characters. But we should get a show that focuses between 6 and 7, because there's been really no material other than books, and I think that's a wasted opportunity. There are definitely stories to be told. We need to know. You could even have a show about Luke's Jedi Academy. You know what I mean? And if you have to recast someone younger as Luke, go with Sebastian Stan, because he um, wants to play Luke Skywalker, believe it or not, and he would do a really good job, I think. Yeah, we have this right here from back in November. And Mark Hamill said sure. He basically said sure, and I would love to see that. So that's what I'm gonna leave on the table. Um, Hopefully Disney can not like course correct. Like they did a good job with The Last Jedi. I think it was a very grounded Star Wars movie with a plot that wasn't insane to comprehend and wasn't um excuse me. It wasn't another Death Star. That was all I was happy about. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm hoping that we get a trailer soon. And I'm looking forward to movies this year. Quite a bit of them. Bring up some movies quick before we get out of here. Black Panther comes out soon. Ready Player One, I am excited for that one as well. Black Panther comes out in February, middle of February. Jurassic World, that was another thing that was kind of weird. Jurassic World, they just dropped a trailer like out of nowhere in December, and it really didn't feel done. Like but The Incredibles 2, that's another example of a movie that you haven't seen really any footage from, and that comes out in June. Ant-Man and the Wasp, another movie that you can't really show the trailers. Boo Bomber, whatever. You can't really show the trailers for these movies without spoiling. Um, for example, we know because of the Infinity War trailer, we know the Black Panther will survive. So his movie loses its, present danger. Same thing with Ant-Man and the Wasp. We know they make it through Infinity War unless this is told out of order. We know they make it through Infinity War because they have a movie. So that's the only thing that kind of sucks about that. Aquaman comes out in December. I'm somewhat optimistic for it. Pacific Rim, I am excited for that. And it looks like there's a new TV spot coming up. I mean, that comes out in March. That's right around the corner, like 2 months away. And I want to say the first trailer came out, October. So that's good. Tomb Raider probably has a lot of people. The Commuter that came out recently. The Predator apparently is supposed to get a Predator movie in August, which I wasn't even aware of. Um, don't really care about Maze Runner. The new Wreck-It Ralph movie. Into the Spider-Verse, that'll be cool. Here's the Bumblebee movie right here. Comes out December 21st, Travis Knight, and they already have a budget of 102 million. Michael Bay is back as a producer, but yeah, this is all fake. But that is the logo they're gonna use anyway. Let's see if there's any other movies here. That's about it. So 2018 is kind of a dry year, in terms of like. Actually, it's not a dry year. Sorry, because we have Avengers, Jurassic World, a Star Wars movie, and Deadpool and everything. So it's definitely not a dry year. But I think we don't have a lot after, like, from June to December. We don't really have any movies good that are coming out after Deadpool and Incredibles 2. Except for, well, October we got Venom. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and hopefully we'll get a look at like the Predator and stuff. But I used to feel like we got trailers so much earlier than the movies. You know what I mean? And as of late, even I think Fast 8 last year, it was a 4 months in between the trailer and then the movie. Like the trailer came out in December and the movie came out in April, and we're getting a lot of those closer to release date trailers, and that's probably because that's when you can hype it up easier. That's when production is farther along. There's a lot of, and they're rushing to get all this stuff done. They're cramming in the release dates. You know what I mean? Like, you have 3 Marvel movies coming out in the first half of 2018, and then nothing, in the later part of the year. They just threw everything out there. So, and they get their spring blockbuster around Memorial Day. They get their Valentine's Day blockbuster with Black Panther, and then they get their summer blockbuster with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, they kind of built that out along the most profitable routes, and I really don't think those movies are going to have a lot of competition anyway. So that'll do it for me. If you guys leave in the comments anything else you want to see, I know this video is probably kind of long, but I did enjoy speaking to you guys. The monetization fight is pretty much over. I'm giving up on that. I don't really need the money. Well, I do need the money, but for me, maybe this shouldn't be about the money. That's what came across for a lot of creators. They were like, well, maybe this shouldn't be about the money. Maybe if you're not that popular, maybe it shouldn't be about the money. And I guess that's true. I would only make a couple cents here and there now that a lot of my videos have been taken down because of the AI saying that they were no good. But anyway, on a happy note, hopefully we get a solo trailer. That's what I'm hoping on. They're saying it's gonna be pretty long. There's yeah, you can look it up. You can figure out everything. I'm just presenting some of the articles and what people are saying and what I'm thinking about the movie. So drop a like, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Lucas Siegel signing out. Have a good weekend. Actually, it's a week now. My mind. Jesus. Goodbye.